Strong bones aren't built with just calcium. They're built by lifting heavy things. Coach Barrick here. Whenever you hear, maybe not now, but especially when I was growing up, and it was all about milk and calcium and like all about getting calcium for strong bones. And that is true. You need calcium for bones, right? That's what the bones are made of. However, when we start aging and we start losing bone density, the issue, generally speaking, is not a supplement issue. If you're eating real whole food, single ingredient food, getting enough calcium isn't going to be a hard thing to do, right? Um, Eating greens, drinking milk, like doing all those things, like there's plenty of ways to get enough calcium into our system. The issue is it's a movement issue. It's not a supplement issue or a vitamin issue. What we need is to stress the bones. Stress is not a good thing, or sorry, it's not a bad thing. Stress is how we get better. Doing hard things, doing uncomfortable things, that is how we grow. It doesn't matter if it's in a relationship, in your work life, in parenting, in the gym, anywhere. In order to grow, in order to get better, you have to do something hard. And this is the same thing for muscles and for bones. What we need to do is we need to stress that bone. And how we do that is by lifting heavy things. And heavy is relative to you. If I have a 70-year-old woman who comes in and it's never worked out before, we're going to start them very slow. I might start, 5-10 pound dumbbells, a 10-pound barbell, very slow. And then we'll build that up over time. If we have somebody who's in their 40s and is coming from a running background and has never lifted weights, we might be able to start with them a little bit heavier, and it's going to be relative for them. But we need to stress when we load our body with weight, that muscle is pulling and twisting the bone. And that is a good thing. That's what's going to help make it harder. When we get calluses on our hands from raking the yard, that is the body saying, "Ooh, you're doing a lot of work right there. I need to protect that. I need to build up something harder, something that'll protect my hand." When we lift heavy things and we're creating that tension on the bone and putting some load on it, your body's going to be like, "Oh, they're stressing that bone. I need to put more resources to that area to make sure it's strong so it can keep up with those things that you're doing." If you don't use that, if you don't load your body, if you don't move, if you don't do those things, that body's going to send those nutrients somewhere else, and you're going to start losing that bone density. When we start aging and you're thinking about bone density, we need to lift some weights. That is how we get there. If you want to be independent, you need the strength to be able to get up off the floor, to thrive in your life. If you want to be able to travel, do all those things, you need strength in order to do those things. Hey, we still need to be able to breathe heavy. We still need to walk up the steps without breathing heavy. We still want to do that thing. We still need some cardio, but the strength is how we focus on that bone density. It's how we build muscle. It's how we do all the things that we want to do in our life for long periods of time. Stress is a good thing. Now, too much stress can lead to issues as well. That's how injuries happen, right? If you fall, that's too much stress too quickly, right? If you pick up something that's too heavy, that's too much stress too quickly. So having a coach, having a personal trainer, or doing a group class can help guide you in understanding, hey, what's enough stress and what's too much. How can I, if you need a guide on that journey, find somebody to help you with that. Like if you've never worked out before, or you've worked out but you've never lifted weights before and you need some guidance, you want to make sure you don't hurt yourself, or you want to make sure that you manage that progression over time, find somebody to help you out, right? And if you need help finding somebody, like, hey, what are the questions I need to ask, or how do I know if this person's good or bad? Hey, reach out and I can help you with that. I also know a gym that might be a really good fit as well. So if you know somebody who is having issues with bone density, or if you are that person, two things. One, if you know somebody, send them this video and, hey, this is how we improve that bone density. Like we have clients in the gym that have members of the gym that have improved their bone density by working out with us. Like I can show you the data that it can happen. And if it's you and you're worried about it, let's talk and let's figure out, hey, what's the plan? How do we get there? Right? Because there's simple things you can do at your house. There's simple things you can do at a Globo gym, or there's things that you can do, like I said, with a coach, personal training, group classes. There's more than one way to attack this, and let's find the way that works best for you. It might be at home, might be at a gym that that just gives you access, or it could be a gym like Equity. I really hope this helps. We want more happy, healthy people in this world. Cheers.